Welcome to the Tampa Bay IIBA chapter. Today is May 8th, 2025. This is our 163rd class. Today we have the pleasure of KevinTan joining us. He recently came out with a book called BPM Made Easy, Processability, and today he's going to talk about clarity before complexity. My name is Thea Soren. I'm the president of this IIBA chapter. I've been a business analyst for almost 30 years, and along the way, I've led IIBA chapters for almost half of that time. I had the pleasure of being one of the authors for the Business Analysis Body of Knowledge 3.0, among others, and founded a few organizations, including the BA Force Multiplier Movement. I'm a business consultant, trainer, mentor, and I work worldwide. For those of you who are new to the IIBA, the International Institute of Business Analysis, it's a global governing body for business analysts with about 30,000 members worldwide, 120 chapters, and 7 certifications. We are excited about making the world better, one business, one project, and one life at a time. What are the benefits of joining the IIBA? You receive training from chapters around the world, free access to 11,000 excellent books, including the Body of Knowledge, networking opportunities in a wide variety of formats, and discounts on certification exams. I told you that the IIBA has 120 chapters. This is the Tampa Bay, Florida chapter, and this is our board. These are the folks who work behind the scenes for your benefit. We appreciate them working so diligently to keep us going. Our chapter strives to build a thriving community of empowered business analysts. Members of the Tampa Bay, Florida chapter are not limited to those who live in the state of Florida. In fact, our members live all over the world. If you do not have an IIBA chapter, Tampa Bay can be your chapter. If you want to join us, reach out to me on LinkedIn. Why would you choose to join the Tampa Bay chapter? We offer multiple training sessions each week, including CBAP prep, all to benefit our participants becoming better, more impactful business analysts. You can see our upcoming events at our website and the updates posted across LinkedIn and Facebook. You can also access over 150 hours of our events on YouTube again, and you can get an index of all of those recordings at Bob's Amazing Index at rpchurchill.com, thanks to Bob Churchill. The result of all of those trainings have resulted in these wonderful folks, students of those classes, reaching out to tell us that our training was a big part of their success and achieving their certification. Many of them further demonstrate how much they value the training as they've gone on to lead IIBA chapters here and around the world. I look forward to figuring out how the current class will be added to this wall of certification. Kasi is the latest addition to this. He was kind enough to reach out and tell us how we benefited him. This is a very important thing. This is the way we get paid. We want to know if we were beneficial to you. If so, please do reach out to us. As we continue to work for our community, we've created support for college students. We call them emerging professionals. We want to help them to graduate from college with not only a degree, but also a membership of a professional organization, a professional certification, and maybe more. You can reach out to Kennedy Davis, our Director of Emerging Professionals, for more information. Those of you who live in Florida, if you wish to meet with the other business analysts in real life, reach out to me so that we can begin a chapter branch near you. In working to enlarge the education of our community, we've partnered with several organizations to get a bleeding edge of information, but our number one partner group is you, the IIBA members, and those who participate with our chapter. We're also partnered with over a dozen other IIBA chapters worldwide, and 2 chapters that are just forming in Oklahoma City and Houston. Reach out to me if you want contact at any of these chapters. We've also partnered with other organizations in the Tampa Bay, Florida area and around the world. Our goal, as always, is to elevate our BA community. We've partnered with 4 different recruiting companies and 3 different skill development groups, training companies for your benefit. The benefit of some of those associations include discounts to our participants. Watermark Learning offers you a 40% discount using this code. Adaptive US offers a 20% discount on all live classes and on-demand courses, excluding IIBA exam vouchers, One thing I like about Adaptive is they promise that if you go through their course for CBAP and take the test, if you don't pass that test, they will pay for you to take it again. And then if you don't pass it a second time, they will pay for you to take it one more time. That's a lot of confidence in the quality that they are going to convey in their training. Recently, we had the Project Summit Business Analysis World in Orlando. Bob and Seamus went, and you can see they had a roaring good time. They came back with victory stories today. We're so proud of them and so appreciative of their efforts on our behalf to let people know we're here to help. Another association that has given us a discount is European Business Analysis Day. It's happening this next week. I'm going to be one of the speakers there because of our association through the Force Multiplier movement. They still have a 10% discount. If you want the discount codes, reach out to me. In working to enlarge the education of our community, we want to bring you the IIBA news. One of the things that you need to know is one of our certifications for the BABOC, the ECBA, beginning level certification, is going to be changing. It's going to be getting a little harder, a little more complex, beginning July 22nd. We can tell you more about it, but if you're going to take it, if you're planning on taking it, I highly encourage you to plan on taking it before July 22nd. For the rest of this month, the other two certifications out of the BABOC, the CBAP and the CCBA, if you want to apply, you get a $50 discount on that, which brings it down to $95, which is pretty nice on top of you being an IIBA member. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. We know that there are jobs out there, and we know where the talent is. If you want to reach out to me, I'll play BA matchmaker and get you the right talent for the jobs that you're trying to fill. To do something tangible to help that community, we want to help you find the jobs. So I created an open group on LinkedIn. I post jobs here daily, fresh jobs from my network of 15,000 connections, as well as emails I receive. You're invited to post your jobs here and peruse as you wish. Tonight, we're going to have KevinTan talk to us, and I'll give you more information on what he's going to talk about right before I turn it over to him. Let's look ahead. Next week, we have Stephanie going to come talk to us about enhancing workplace communication with emotional intelligence and the DISC test. If you haven't taken the DISC, she's going to tell you about it. She said that it's better if you take it before the talk, but she'll tell you about it so you can decide if you want to take it. The following week, Dr. Tracy Edwards, a longtime friend of mine, she's the first one who ever interviewed me for a podcast. She has the Traceability podcast. She's going to come talk to us about continual career improvement. She recently earned her doctorate, so I think she knows what she's talking about. The week after that, David is going to come talk to us about 4 practices for effective business analysis. He's been doing this for 20 years, and he's got some principles that he wants to convey. Irina is going to come talk to us. She's a member of our group. We've got some people in the waiting room, if y'all can let those people in. Irina is going to talk to us about regulatory. Irina works in medical software. And so Irina is going to tell us some things that we need to know to consider regulatory in our own industries with stories of her own. And welcome, Irina. The following week, Barbie's going to talk to us about helping you stand out at work. Are you a chameleon or are you a peacock? So I'm looking forward to that one. Heath Rust is going to talk to us on June 19th about creating significance, workplaces that make people feel essential. I want to tell you, I was in a talk of his at a local conference, and the people that had not been in his team, he was a leader of a team. They had not been in his team for 5 years. They came to the talk and they said they were still mad that he was taken away from them because he's such a good leader. I think we all can learn from that. I'm going to skip ahead here and go ahead and turn it over to Kevin. Let me tell you who Kevin is first. He's the author of a new book called BPMN Made Easy with Processability. It's a practical guide. It makes process modeling much easier because he gives you the essentials that you need to know to be able to model processes effectively. He has led workshops, he's done consulting, and he's made it his mission to help people not just model process, but create models that communicate, engage, and inspire action. So tonight we're going to talk about a hands-on scenario that Kevin has created for us and see, did any of you actually go through the scenario and create it? If you did, we're going to see how well you did and if he can help us find something we can do better. Kevin, I'm going to stop sharing and turn the screen over to you.
Thank you so much, Tia. So first, I would like to say thank you, Tia, so much for giving me this opportunity to present here. I just want to say that I think Tia, you, you feel like not just a president, you feel like a mother that actually prepares so much. Arrange so much, put in so much effort to help the member. So I think
Well,
we should give her applause. Really, I cannot hear anything. Just me.
he's waiting for y'all to applaud.
Cool. Okay, let's
Kevin,
quick get into the action. I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. Here you go. Share.
okay,
Okay.
we can see it.
It will be good if you guys can turn on the camera so I can look at your expression. Is that all right?
We love being on
Then I think
camera.
yeah, Tia, I think help me. Let's say for somebody if they have time in some message, maybe they have some question along the way. Then I can just tell them. Okay, cool. I'm going to start very simple, very simple. All right. Um, just kick into action. Okay, cool. Now I can do my next screen. Okay, next one. Okay. Oh, I'll review the answer. Never mind. Let's start with a question first. Why we want to model a business process? What's the reason? What is the purpose? Maybe can anyone tell me? Yes.
I will provide an answer for that. I had a team that my director said they don't talk to each other, they don't get along, they don't agree, and so I gave them a process model. I laid out their whole process, and they talked to each other. It was great. They would have conversations, and they would go to the wall because I had it on a wall. It makes it
Mm-hmm.
easy to communicate and makes it tangible. It's black and white. It's not a concept that floats around.
Cool, cool.
That's an idea.
Anyone want to give? Yep, good. Anyone want to give their thought? 3 seconds. Anyone? No? Okay, I move to the next one. Let's see.
Hello.
Oh yes, Bob.
I would say a picture is worth 1,000 words. You can make things very clear with a diagram, picture, flowchart, what have you.
Cool, cool, cool. Thank you for that. Yes, I heard that. As you say, Bob say picture worth more than 1,000 of words. But when it comes to BPM and modeling, it's not just picture and also with some text. So it's a combination of the picture and the text. Yeah. But because of this combination, if we do not do it well, actually it confuse people, right? Imagine you're showing a happy face, but you read a word say the boy is sad. Okay, we'll come to that later. So in general, I would say people may say why we want to have a business process model. Well, some people will say maybe for continuous improvement, for training, for compliance, or for a solution analysis. But what the real answer is, I think Tia already give us the hint, is for communication. That is, business process model is for communication in any context. Full stop. uh, Communication between the business stakeholder or between the technical and non-technical, between the sales guy and the support guy, between two humans. And if you guys familiar with this golden circle, yes, the why, then how, and the what. So when it come to modeling, the what I'm talking about today is the BPMN 2.0. It's business process modeling notation. It's a very popular standard, a modeling standard, modeling method that has been adopted worldwide. This is the what. But what is the how? The how is actually the processability. It's actually a name that given to a philosophy, a method, a best practice that I have created for BPMN modeling. So that is the how. So it is very important to know the why and agree with the why. If you agree with the why, then we can start continue with this this sharing. Now, I assume everyone have little knowledge of BPMN, so I want to start with something very simple. In BPMN, what are the notation, the basic notation that we need to understand before we can model? So did anyone know about this one? This is called a pool, like a swimming pool. So usually a pool we will give a organization that represent the pool. And so all the row within the pool, we call it like a swim lane, just like a swimming pool. You have a lane. And then what happens is that, say in this case, we have a pool, then maybe we can have 3 lane or sometimes just 2 lane. And for every lane, we actually represent a row within the organization. And what it means is whatever activity thing that is performed by the row will be sitting within the lane. So this is how we tell what role is responsible for what task or what activity. Yeah, just from the diagram, just from the visual diagram. So as I say, sometimes can be 2 lane, 2 row, or sometimes even just 1 row. And now I'm going to introduce more notation that we must know, the very, very basic notation. In BPMN, there are, I think, about maybe 80 to 100 different symbol. But actually, the core symbol that we need to know, I would say less than 10. And I can say we can live with even 7 or 8 symbol. With that, we can model 90% of the business process. Let's start with very basic simple that we must know and understand the concept behind. So the first one, like a circle, we call it an event. This is an event and we call it a start event. And then the next one is like a rectangle. We call it activity. Yeah, activity is something, someone performs something, doing something, the activity. And then the next event is called an end event. That means the end of the story. So we start with the start event, what triggers that precise process, activity in the middle, what is the action, what happened, and what is the outcome. Start, activity, and end. Let's see how this basic notation in action. Yeah, say we have an organization. Remember, this is a swimming pool. We have the row here. We have a start event. Then we have activity. And you can see this arrow. That means we are talking about the sequence. When this event starts, what happened? The next thing happen is this activity. And what happened next? Let's follow the arrow next. And then an outcome. I believe no question is quiet. Now, in BPMN, it's just black and white. The standard has been created more than 15, 20 years ago. So it's just black and white. But it's quite normal. I mean, it's quite good practice to actually color it. So we make it easier to read. So usually I recommend a start event, we put in like a green, just like a traffic light green, you go. Then the activity is any color that is pleasing to your eyes. I like gray. And the end event, I usually put the red light. So it means stop. Yes, we end here. Now, I want you guys to say something because I think I want you to be participate. Let's model the first process. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the first picture?
The dog is tired.
Yeah, the dog is tired. Yes, yes, yes. The dog is tired. So then the dog is sleep. Yeah. Then the dog after sleep he feel energized, happy. Say energized. So I want you guys to model this process. Can anyone try using just now the basic thing that we have learned? The start event, the end event, the activity. How are you going to model it?
The start, yeah.
Yes. So maybe I show you. Yeah, I call it the world of puppy. The role is a puppy. Yeah. Now this is the start event. This is the activity. This is the end event. I want you to be pick on. This is not just a puppy. There's a lot of concept behind it. I want you to catch it. So I want one of you voluntarily to tell me for the start event how should we name it. So as I said, puppy is tired. So how should we name this event? If no answer, I'm not going to continue until someone tell me how they're going to name this start event. I'm serious. Oscar, I see you moving. Yes, want to try? How do you going to name the start event? Anyone?
I've got
Maggie?
exhaustion.
Yes. Exhaustion?
That's the first suggestion.
Yes, exhaustion. Anyone?
Exhaustion.
No?
Anything else?
Anything else? Yes.
Sitting,
Worried?
sitting.
Worried?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Can be worried. Yeah. More. One more.
Unmotivated,
What is that?
like not motivated.
Not motivated. Okay, cool. I think it's good. Good answer. I would say I like all the exhaustion, not motivated, tired. So the key thing here is that the start event must be some kind of not an action word. It's a noun. Describe some status, some state. Yeah. So tired, exhausted, not motivated. Yeah. That's why trigger the puppy. So what is the next one? It's an activity. How should we name this activity? I want those who haven't tried, tell me the answer. Activity.
Sleeping.
Sleeping. Okay.
Yes.
More. Anyone want to
Resting.
try?
Resting.
Resting.
Re-energize.
Anyone else want to try?
Or sleep.
Re-energy. Sleep.
Yes,
Yes. Sleep.
it is present continuous.
Mm-hmm.
Take a nap.
Take a nap.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Take a nap. Okay. I think you guys get it. So I would say that for activity, the best practice is we name it in a verb and object format. Yeah. So in this case, I would say take a nap is good, or maybe just sleep. Sleep is very simple. There's no object, but I think just for this scenario should work. But in the real business world, you should say take a nap, do something, action, action, action. So it's the activity. Yeah. Now the end event, the last one, I give you some tips so actually the dog now is happy or energized or something like this. So we can call it same thing. We will use a noun to describe. In this case, I will say, let's say energized. Cool. Now imagine the first event is called tired. Activity, take a nap. after taking the nap, the outcome is energized. Cool. We have map process. Now I'm going to show you another one. And I want you guys to prepare to see what is the relationship between these two models. Yeah. The next one. Anyone to try what the start event? So this guy, actually not this guy, this puppy is energized. Yeah,
Energized.
excited. Yes.
Engaged in
What
an
is the activity?
engaged in an exercise.
Yes, engage, exercise, good.
Exhausted.
Exhausted. Cool. Now I need someone that is very smart. Can you see any linkage between just now the model that we model and this one? Come on, come on. I know there are a lot of very analytical person here.
Do we have an off-page reference symbol that we can use that says go from this one to the next one?
Good answer. Okay. I'm not talking about off-page connection or all those things. I just want to get the concept right. I just want to tell you that in BPM modeling, this event is very powerful. What happened is that imagine imagine this process is not belong to your organization yet. You don't aware of this process at all. Yeah. In your world, it's only about this. In your world, it's only about exhausted. You take a nap, then you energize. This is only your world. So what I want to tell you is that actually any event here is actually the outcome of another set of process that you may or may not know about it. It can be within your organization, within your control, or outside your control, outside your organization. So in this story, is actually you can see the end event of here when the dog exhausted has triggered your start event here. Is it good? Confusing? Or actually you get it? I want you to think along the line. Yeah? Yeah. But let's say both processes belong to your organization, you know about it, that now you have two process maps that actually link together, as you say. Now the linkage will come in. The end event actually has become a start event of another process. Now, let's move to the more real business process that I posted here. So, any one of you have modeled this process and want to share with us? If you share your model, I'm going to go through the model and try to say, hey, what we can learn from this process. If we want to model BPM, how should we model it? And just give you some tips. In order to model this process, we need to learn one more symbol. It's called a gateway in BPMN. So what is a gateway? Anyone want to tell me what is a gateway? In this case, an exclusive gateway. I believe some of you may already know what is an exclusive gateway. Maybe one of you want to tell me what is exclusive gateway. Explain to everyone.
I'm looking for the brave people. Somebody speak up.
Yes.
Your choice.
Read the comments.
Bob?
End of one is start of another, decision point or branch.
It's a decision point and branch.
Yeah, I would also say a decision point that kind of leads to sub activities might
What
lead
is
to
okay. Esther, I want you to tell everyone a little bit more what means by decision point. Is it the time
um,
that you make a decision, right? decision point?
Yes, so maybe based off a particular activity, a particular activity is supposed to lead to, say, two outcomes, an accept or a reject. That gives you a decision point that could come after an activity. Now, when you accept, it could lead to another activity, or when you reject, it could lead to another activity.
Okay, cool. Now I'm going to explain to you guys what is this means. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure whether Esther you have give explain it very correct. So let's explain in my own word. Yeah. So as you say that this is actually when you say decision point, I would say this is not a decision point. Yeah, not a decision point. To me, this is just a direction, a routing. So what I mean is that in this process, here is the activity. So the decision actually is already made in here, or before come to here, can be 3 steps before whatever. Then when come to this point, it's more like a sign that tell you if your decision is A, you go up. If your decision is B, go into the middle. If your decision is C, go to this box, this activity. But the decision has been made before you even come to this particular gateway. So the gateway itself do nothing, it just tell you the sign and where to go based on the decision that you already made in the past. Yeah. Give you another example. Say for example, now we are in a shopping center to window shopping. Then suddenly we feel that we want to go to the bathroom. So we want to go to the bathroom. Then what it means is that you already make a decision. You want to go to the bathroom, either the male toilet or female toilet or handicap toilet or the family toilet. You already make the decision where you want to go. Then you look for the toilet. Then when you look at the sign, okay, now let's say for my case, I know I want to go to the toilet. I saw the sign is a direction to say male toilet going to the right. Yep, then I go. The decision has been made before even I reach the gateway. Yep. Next one. Are you guys with me? Agree? Yep. This is a very important concept. It's going to make a lot of I would say will make a lot of you influence the way you model the process correctly. If you always think that the gateway is actually the decision point, actually restrict the way you model, and also the concept of gateway, I would say, is always misunderstood by 90% of the people. They will always thought that that is the decision point. Actually, that is not. Yeah, as per BPMN standard, it's not. So as I say, the gateway is can be one. Once you already make those decisions before coming here, based on the gateway, then he will route you to the right direction. For exclusive gateway, only one direction can be true at any one time. So you can go here, then continue, or here, but not both, not three. But only one of them can be true at any one time.
You use the word routing.
Yes.
Of course, it might be very irrelevant. So, for example, in networking, in the switches that we have, it is so the gateway is like a router.
Yes, like a router. Yeah. Yes. Yep. It could be router. Yep.
Okay.
But I want to emphasize is the control is the decision has been made not in the gateway itself. Is here. This one just follow the order what you have made. Yeah. So in some modeling situation, you actually have the decision already made, even not in this box, but in a few boxes before. but however, the flow of the process is only happen at a later stage. Yeah. Give you one example. When you do a registration, you already know, okay, this is this is your name, this is your address, this is your income level. Then based on that, you make a decision that for this one, let's say he's meet this certain criteria. When we come to the restaurant, we're going to give him different kind of menu or serve him different kind of food based on his something. So it's all those decision is made before they come to the routing. Now, let's come to this. Anyone have tried and want to show his BPMN model?
If you want to do a screenshot
Yes.
and drop it in the chat, we can show it.
Yep.
You already have at least one, right, Kevin?
Yes, I have. If no, then actually I can have show the sample that I have.
Okay.
Yes, let's show the sample I have here. This one. Okay, with the knowledge you guys have learned today, what do you think of this process model? In the first way, I will ask, is this the BPMN model?
I
The answer is no.
I cannot see the start and the end node that you have just explained.
Yep. So I would say this is not a BPMN model, but this can be a good flowchart, but it's not a BPMN model. Yeah.
How could it be better?
So I'm not going to say how do we do, because this is just a flowchart, right? We are not doing the apple-to-apple comparison. So I'm going to show you another BPMN model that is less than perfect, but is a BPMN model. Then from there, I want you guys to apply what you have learned and see how can we improve that next model that we have. Here you go. So anyone want to give a try how to make this model? Because there's a many way of not the good practice of model using a BPMN.
I think yes, it is using BPM because it has a start signal and
Yeah.
and then signal, and also you are using the gateway signal,
Yes.
and you are using in the gateway the request approve. You are taking the decision before the activities,
Yep.
and that's are my ideas about why this is a BPM
Yes.
model.
Yes. This is a BPM model. But let's look here. We have a pool,
Yeah,
XYZ Private Limited. Yeah. Then we have three rows here. We know the employee, the manager, and the human resource. Now, the step one, what do you think? I think the story we want to tell is that the employee want to submit a day off request here. So what do you think?
So if employee wants something, so that can be the start point, and then submit day off request can be a separate activity after the start event.
Yes, perfect. So in fact, you can see there's one mistake here. He says submit day of request is not an event. Actually, it's an activity. So the activity should be called submit day of request. Yeah. But the event will have to be something else. Maybe event is just tired, or you need to take a day off, or something that trigger why the employee want to take a day off. Yeah, that's correct, Ima. Nice answer. Let's continue. Now let's say the employee have an activity here called submit day of request. Then you're connected to the next row called manager review request. Yeah, I think it's good. Review request, verb, and the request is actually is the object. So verb and object, you review the request, and the outcome is request is approved. Let's say it's a no. You notify employee of rejection, and the request rejected. I think quite okay. Yeah, let's continue here. This flow. Let's say request is approved. Let's say it's a yes. What do you think?
That can be perhaps a message.
Notify the HR.
I'd like to say that HR wouldn't notify HR, so I don't think that activity should be there.
Yes, correct. I don't think activity is there because if we read this one, how we interpret the BPMN diagram is it employee submitting day of request, so the activity in the swimming in the land of employee. Now the next one, manager review request is good, but one is approved. Let's say he thinks it's okay. He actually notify HR. So this activity will be ideally have to be within the swim lane of manager. Yeah, but the way here, if you put here, is the human resource notify himself. Doesn't make sense. It's not describe the business scenario that we wanted. So this notify HR had to be in the manager land. Yep. Then the next one is when we have that, what happened to the next one is update with record. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah.
Yes.
And then the HR will notify employee of approve. Then request approve. So let me show you how the thing looks like. It will be something like here. Submit day of.
Kevin, I have a question.
Yes.
What platform are you using for diagramming now?
Oh, for now, I'm using many tools. The one I'm using this is called Camunda. It's a free
Okay,
tool that yes, it's a free tool that you can. Ooh,
Camunda. Okay, thank you.
yes, don't worry. I like to use this tool because it actually even come with validation. That means he will check for you the rules. If you break the syntax, he will not allow you to do it. So it's a little bit smart there.
Good.
Yeah. So this is called day of needed. Submit day of request, review request. Then you can see notify the HR. Yeah. Any question?
Yeah, Kevin, I have a question. If we are
Yes.
using different pages, how we can show that we have to go to the next page? For
Good
instance,
question. Yep.
if we have if we have a a bigger diagram in the HR section, how we can show to the reader that that they have to go to another page.
Good question. So how to show that is really depend on the tools that they are using. So there are some tools actually you can here say for example this is the end we went request rejected will link to another process where the employee will do something, whatever. Yeah. So here that you can actually define a link like a connection. So when you click on it, actually you actually open up another process if you're using certain tool. Let's say in a situation that actually the tool that the modeling tool that you use does not support that particular function, what you can do is that here request rejected, you will have to like you have to physically text in say this one actually link to whatever process. You can name the process name here, process XYZ. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
I,
when yeah, so
I'm
it's really
thinking,
depend on yep.
uh I'm thinking more in where when we printed the diagrams, but thank you.
A printed diagram.
Yeah, I'm thinking, thank you. You are so clear because I was thinking if we printed the BPM, how we can show to the people, people that they have to go to another page, and and you explain very well.
Okay,
Just
yes, correct.
just we have to reference in the ending point.
Correct, correct. And make sure you have also show the status is very important.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is business concept is the status, and this is the so-called the physical link where you need to travel to look at the different process. And what else we can improve this model? So we still have 13 minutes. I want to give you something extra that actually everyone can do it, but nobody want to do it. And if you do it, you go to make your process model instantly much easier to understand and read. But people just do not want to do it. So it's no brainer. Yeah. You don't need to need have a lot of IQ, but you just need to have discipline to do it. The thing I call visual balance. So in this case, visual balance means that follow common sense when we model the process left to right, top to bottom. So in this one, it's not bad, but we can make it much better. Say, for example, you can see this is not aligned. Align it. Align it. Yes, then align it. Even here for this situation, now you have all the space that we have wasted. Now we can make it more a little bit complex. Yeah, by
I
just
think I think
changing
a lot of us agree with
position.
having bins where you don't need bins, having lines crossed just makes us crazy.
Yes, this small little thing that we can do and make the whole thing much easy to understand. See, imagine when you read this model. As a reader, I look from the left side, you see from the left where the story starts. Okay, day of needed. I can quickly imagine this is quite a big model. Then you can just say, okay, what is the outcome from this process? What we try to achieve here? Oh, the two possible outcome here. At the high level, you cannot get it. And this is activity. Rather than sometimes people just do this, it's crazy. They did something like this. You know, some or some I have seen some people model like this. This just small thing and make it reading much more difficult because as the reader, you do not want to waste your energy try to understand go through this busy diagrams. You want something simple, easy to understand. It's like reading a book, right? You just want to have that. It's called they call like a speed reading. Just want to show those information rather than give you a lot of noise. Yeah. For now, I think I want to open to question. We still have 10 minutes. I want you guys to ask me any question you want rather than
Thank you so much.
to hear.
Of course, we have different gateways, perhaps. What if you use a simple diamond shape without the cross inside it?
Oh, without the cross inside it, actually it's the same thing. There's no difference whether you with the cross or without the cross. It's just a BPMN standard. Yeah, he give you two options. So I would say now most of the people like to put a cross on it, but it's okay not to put a cross.
Kevin, how do you handle preconditions?
Precondition. What do you mean? Can you tell me a little bit more?
For instance, in an insurance situation, the applicant has been denied service by other companies. So that's a precondition for whenever they come into the application process. How would you note that like this? Because it's impactive to the process and the decisions.
Okay, cool. Good question. I think now your question is going a little bit more, I would say, more technical, because like precondition, not just the higher level business process. So what usually we do is, say for example, the precondition of employee want to get the day off is he must work for at least 20 years. No day off allowed to request. That is the precondition for this organization. Don't work for XYZ. It's crazy. You need to at least 20 years before you can apply. Let's say that is the precondition. Yeah. So what you can do is that let's say that precondition can be described in one word that actually the business can understand. Yeah. Let's can describe here. Let's say we call maybe they call it leave. The precondition, I would say that first the trigger event is leave required. Yeah. I will do this something like this. Leave required and meet call leave rule. I don't know how to call it. The rule. Yeah, something like this. That's it at this level. And then what you can do is that you have to put in the annotation to explain what is the leave rule. You don't use the process map to explain the rule is A, B, C, and D. So what you do is here, you can link to a document to explain, okay, for employee, if you work for 20 years, you are eligible to, this is the precondition. You can explain all this in the document, the rule, the business rule. So in summary, I would say that do not model the business rule visually in the BPMN diagram. Most of the time. Yeah, always an exception, but for today, my answer is that business rule do not visually model in the BPMN diagram, but you can represent it with some indicator, then people can go deeper to read the rules in an Excel spreadsheet, in a Word document, in anything you want.
Okay. Leanne has a question.
Yes.
Hi, in your diagram, I suppose you are providing an introduction of BPM and notations. How about, for example, connecting objects? Can you demonstrate using message flow and association?
You mean the object? Are you talking about this one?
So all the arrows you're using is sequential flow. So can you demonstrate the use of message flow and association? Those are the other two types. I'm not sure your scenario fits for the two examples
let's do
I'm
it now.
asking.
Yeah, actually, I prefer not to show the association, but you ask I always fulfill. Let's do it. In fact, this question actually is one of the most common mistakes that people make when it comes to message flow. Okay. Can you see this word police? I just make it up. Okay, I need to do a message flow. Yep. Again, because BPMN is so powerful, I'm just going to show you one example, right? There are many, many ways to do it. Yeah. So the message flow, say the police will give you maybe betting infringement notice. Yeah, you have a speed ticket. So this is how to use that message flow. The police must be from another swimming pool, not within the pool. Within here, we will not use the message flow at all. So the police give us the infringement notice. It will reach here to the employee. So in this case, say for example, we can do something like this. Yeah. Yeah. So the ticket received, because you receive the ticket, you have to submit a day off. Let's just make it up. So this is how to use the message flow. If you want to use the association flow, there's another flow here. Here you go. Oh, we already have it. Let's say this is called leave form. Now it's a very manual way. Say imagine this is they're still using a leave form. You submit day of request. You actually what is involved is called a leave form involved is actually let me see. Try to get myself familiar with these two. I had a long time I didn't use these two. Let me see. Here you go. Yeah, so smart. Now this is so-called association flow, right? The kind of like the document object outcome from this submit DL request is a leave form, and this leave form actually go to here. Yeah, you see something like this. Now we get a little bit more technical. We want to show more thing that maybe the they want. Oh, see a lot of love. Thank you. Yes. We have 2 more minutes. Anyone have any question, please?
Kevin, you had something that you wanted us to do or download, or I don't remember exactly what it was. Do you want to talk about that for a
Oh, yeah,
minute?
yes, I forgot. Yes. Um, please go to my website. Scroll to the bottom, the down under. Look for the free chapter that I provided. That explain what is the gateway, the basic BPMN concept, what is the common mistake. So I want you guys to download the book and have a read and enjoy. This is very important.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank
Yes.
you for that.
I still have 1 minute. Any more questions?
Kevin, if you'd like to drop your website address in the chat so everyone can click on it and do it right now. That way we can
yes.
get traffic up.
Cool.
Kevin, thank you so much for this. I'm so excited about your new book and new chapters. This is awesome.
Yes, no worries. So I'm running this Mother Day's lucky draw. But LinkedIn says that it's not legal, but I do it anyway.
Okay. Well, I know somebody who's already entered, so we're there. Okay, it's www.process-ability.com.
Yes, go there, scroll to the down under, register, put in your email and submit. Then you will get a link to your email and download the free book, 3 chapters for free. So on the Mother Days, I think on the 12th, I will do a lucky draw for 3 prizes. The first prize is actually the book. Then the second prize is also the book. The third prize is also the book. All right. I got to go 10 o'clock because I have a meeting. I could rush by.
You too. Okay. Thank you so much, Kevin. See everybody next week. We've got
Bye.
another awesome meeting. I look forward to every one of you joining us and bring other people. Thank you. Bye.